Hey guys, this is No Sleeves 12, and this is my free-to-play HUT series. Today we're going to be going over Division 3, as well as some tips on what to do and how to aim when you're one-on-one with the goalie or you have a clear shot to the net. I'm going to go over some things on when to shoot and where to shoot, and some in-depth things that you can look at to have those wristers and slap shots go in a little bit more often. Alright, so we are starting Division 3 today, guys. Basically, I was able to upgrade my team and get Thread the Needle and Angry Aggressor for this upcoming division. Team is still really lacking, and I have a feeling that this division, or I had a feeling this division was going to be extremely difficult because you're starting to meet the actual decent, players that have a really good understanding of the game, combined with the fact that they actually, have a great team. So, yeah, it's going to be a good one. Alright guys, so normally I show you the clips of the tips and things I want to show, and then I show the game from that division, but they both seem to happen in the same game, so I'm going to just show the clips from the game as well as the tips I have for you this week. I'm playing Hell's Dangles, and yeah, it was a pretty good game. It did not go as I wanted it to, and you're going to see why in just a little bit here. Now, what I want to show you guys is basically what to do when you have a lot of space in the offensive zone. It's not really going to happen all that often when it comes to playing good players, but when you have the opportunity, you need to take advantage of it. So, in this instance right here, to go up 1-0, I have a huge lane because he's playing collapsing defense, right? And instead of just firing a slap shot or shooting short side, I watch the goalie because I know I'm not going to get the puck knocked off my stick because I have so much space. What you want to do is just wait for the goalie to nudge even a little bit and then fire where you're going to fire. All you have to do is aim top left or top right depending on what way you're shooting. You want to go short side in most cases, and just like here, watch the little twitch and you're going to see a little bit more often in this video. So, just like in the first clip, I'm going to show you here, watch when I get the puck on the spin move here. I'm just watching the goalie, and you can see him move slightly into the middle. When you know that he's moving left to right or right to left, that's when you want to go short side. When they don't move at all and they're playing at the top of the crease and you notice that you can't get them to go to the center, that's when they're just going to make the save, and it's better to keep passing the puck around because it's not going to go in. But in this case here, when they don't move at all and they're playing at the top of the crease and you notice that you can't get them to go to the center, that's when they're just going to make the save, and it's better to keep passing the puck around because it's not going to go in. But in this case here, again, when I do the spin move or the half spin, I notice that he moves slightly into the middle, and that's when you want to fire. It's hard to get used to and really hard to notice, while it's happening. But once you start watching the goalie when you have space, it's a lot easier. This even works on the rush on a short side when you think that you can curl back into the middle. In this clip right here, I have a wide open lane to the net, and I can go in and do forehand, backhand, and try and do that little glitch deke right inside tight. But, I see him move at the last second, and I know that that top right corner is now open. This is a shot where you have a little bit less angle, but it'll work almost every time. Again, you need to be watching the goalie, guys. It's what separates the great players from the average ones. Too often you will find people that, or maybe even yourself, when you have the puck, that is what you're watching. You're watching the guy right in front of you, or maybe one other passing lane. The great players will watch ahead, watch all the other vision. This goes for really anything in any sport. This is what, but in video games, you have the opportunity to be able to learn that. In other sports, it's instinct and how well you do at that sport and how long you've played it. But like I said, for this kind of stuff in NHL specifically, you need to be watching ahead of you, and these little tiny things that you do in each game can make you a great player. And, when it comes to the short side stuff, just watch the goalie flinch. He just needs to move even a millimeter. If you ever play EA Sports Hockey League and be a goaltender, you know that the first thing that you need to do to actually learn how to stop shots in EA Sports Hockey League is to not move. It's how the animations work with goalie, and yeah, you're going to score a lot more if you watch out for that. Alright, now let's get back to the actual game. Remember how I said this doesn't end exactly as well as I wanted it to? Well, here we go. So basically, I'm on the penalty kill. This guy takes a shot, and for whatever reason, the guy I'm controlling, I just skate right out of the zone early on up in the play here, and the rebound goes right to his guy. Now it's 3-1 early on in the third. So about 10 minutes later, I'm basically asleep again. I thought I read that he's going to pass to his other defender here, but he's correct-handed, and so he can't do a one-timer, and then I'm just caught switching players a ton. This is what happens when you play way too aggressive, and you're just kind of playing out the string and not really paying attention. So. The old play behind the goaltender trick. Ugh.
Takes that pass from the other point man. They score! Patrick Kane!
Well, seeing as how I completely goofed this up, and I don't know how that actually counted, but it's 3-3, and I know I'm going to go to overtime, and this just reeks of a bad shot going in and losing it, but let's see what we can do. And it ended up going to overtime, and yeah, basically what I said before, this just reeked of not winning this game.
Good scrum here. Skate kick out of the scrum. Flings it. Oh, and it's off the mark.
Well, that's a good scoring chance. He's trying to be too fine, trying to pick the corner. Sometimes you've just got to shoot it at the middle of the net.
And the puck gathered in by Giroux.
Alright, beauty. So if anything, at least I get to talk about shootouts because they never really happen. But I do have some tips that you guys want to use on shootouts. Basically, first shot that you do, whether it be when you're controlling the goalie or the player, you need to feel what the other guy is doing. So there's a few things to watch for. Now, I know from playing goaltender myself in this game, as well as playing so much EA Sports Hockey League, that holding the backhand, sliding into the middle, and then back to the right or left, whatever way is on your backhand, holding the backhand deke the entire time, is one of the easiest ways to score a goal because goalies will just move out of the way. This guy doesn't really move at all, meaning I know he can't really go laterally, or he's got insane patience. So I know what I'm going to try my next move. As for his goal, earlier in the game, he has a breakaway, and I do the desperation pocheck. So, thinking that he knows what I'm going to do, I decide to play back in my net, kind of doing what he did in the last one, and it squeaks by. So, again, I know what I'm going to do on the next one. So, you can't just do the same thing over again, because he's more than likely going to stop it. So, what I do, instead of doing the one backhand deke, I just move left and right continuously, and wait to see if he's patient or not. Patience is the hardest thing while playing goaltender. You have to not move, and eventually most guys will just move out of the way entirely by themselves, and that's what I do here. Same thing goes while playing goaltender. So basically, what I did last time was I sat in the net, and he wanted the deke a ton, so I'm going to actually play a little bit, and you hit him with that desperation pocheck. It's the easiest and best thing to do when giving up, when trying to defend a breakaway with a goaltender, and it works perfectly here. It's a square and up, if you're wondering how to do it. So, I know from my last shot attempt, he doesn't like the constant deking in tight, but I also went forehand last time. Time to hit him with backhand. All you gotta do, guys, is just change up completely. It's so hard playing goaltender if someone isn't really used to it, and yeah, it's easy enough when you just change it up a little. Same thing, messed him up, sit at the top of the crease, he wants to come in tight, hit him with that pocheck, and that's it. That's the game. Alright, so that was risky considering I had won the division title on literally the last game I could, so it's getting a little bit more difficult. So what I wanted to do with my coins, this one I had the most coins I've had after any division, obviously, because I've played more games in this one, but so I had about 16k. There's two things I needed to change. First, I needed to find a way to activate Silky Smooth so that I have Thread the Needle, Silky Smooth, and Angry Aggressors on. I mean, I still don't think synergies do anything, but hey, I'll play along and just try and get as many as I can activated, especially considering my team isn't nowhere near as good as anyone else's that have like 99 legends and things like that. So at least synergies can, you know, I guess raise my speed stats a little bit. So I needed to replace Brent Burns because A, his speed is terrible and he's a base card and it's time to move on. So I needed to replace him with someone that had Thread the Needle and Angry Aggressor because I would lose one of those if I didn't have that. As well, I needed to replace my third line winger because Alex DeBrincat is ridiculous to have as my third line left winger while being in Division 3. Or Division 2, sorry. So who I went after was Timothy Liljegren, the International Player of the Game card, because A, his speed and shot are fantastic, even though he is only an 87, plus he gives me all the synergies I need. Secondly, as for my left wing, I went with Matthew Barzal, the flash forward version, because again, his synergies are sick. It allowed me to get Thread the Needle and Silky Smooth on, as well as keeping Angry Aggressors. Again, guys, ignore the overall rating on cards as long as their speed stat is effective and high, over 90 basically, because that's all that really matters. Other than that, you get to control where your players are going to be and things like that, so just pay attention to the speed. So this is the team I'm going forward with into Division 2. Alright guys, so that takes care of Division 3, moving right along, almost in Division 1 here. I do want to mention that I will be having a video explaining Hut Champions, the new Hut game mode that is coming out this weekend, and all of that and what that entails. So, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm NoSleeves12. Stay average.